any of you know what clarity means? What does it sound like? Clarity. Is there another word that sounds like it?
Clear.
Clear. Very good. Clear. Clarity. Do you hear that? It's a similar word. So clarity is the way something sounds and how you hear it correctly. Okay, how you hear it clearly. Right? So clarity. Now, is this important when you communicate? Yes? Because if I were to turn around like this,
Yeah.
you hear the voice no less than do you all know what I just said? No, because I had my backs turned towards you. Not only could you not see my face, I was mumbling, right? So clarity is important when you communicate, right? How about confidence? Now, how many of you think you have problems with confidence when you communicate with other people in a social environment? Yeah, I have it too. I know you think I look really confident up here, but I can tell you if I'm in an unfamiliar environment, lots of people that I don't know, I sometimes feel that too. I feel shy, you know, so it takes a while to build up confidence, right? So a good way to build up clarity and confidence is to allocate your words correctly, to speak clearly. So pronunciation is important, how you pronounce your words. Syllable, stress, and intonation, we will come to that. Now stress here is not giving you stress, not giving you problems, okay? That's not the stress, it's a different type of stress. Fillers and hesitation, we'll come to that. And managing anxiety and nervousness. Now we all have anxiety and nervousness when we don't have confidence or we have a lack of confidence, right? All right. Now, what did I just do? I knocked the
Yes.
desk. Now what did you hear? You heard a sound, right? Okay. Now how about I do this? Again, I knocked the board, right? What did you hear? A sound, correct. So when your phone rings, how do you know it's ringing? You hear a sound, correct. Ice cream man passes by, how do you know?
Hear.
What do you hear?
Would there be a rhythm?
A rhythm, a bell, a sound, right? So similarly, in English, sounds make up words, right? So those are called syllables. Okay, so you've never heard of syllables before. Syllables are parts of words, which are parts or sounds which make up a word. Okay, so let's look at this word. Simple word. Let's say it together. Play.
Play.
Okay. Play is one syllable because it makes one sound. Now, can we think of other words that make only one sound?
No.
Dog.
Hi.
Hi.
Cry.
Cry. Fun. One sound, right? Anything else? Anyone can think of anything else? Run, jump, shout, call, right? These are all words that make up one sound or one syllable. Now let's look at this word. Discuss. Now, can you hear that there's two parts to this word? Discuss, right? So there's two syllables. Discuss, right? How do we say this word?
Understand.
Understand. How many syllables? 3. Understand. Yes? Okay.
Education.
Education. Good. Can we all say it together? Education.
Education.
All right. How many syllables? 4. Good. Now, even though now we know what syllables are, they're parts of the word. How many parts of the word? You know now, right? 2 syllables, 3 syllables, 1 syllable. Now there are stresses in a 2, 3, 4. Okay. Some unsure. Let's see. Now listen to me when I say this one, okay? Discuss. Now listen to me when I say this. Discuss. No, sorry, I'm saying it wrong. One more time. Discuss. Discuss. Now I want you to say it with me. Let's do the first one. Discuss. One more time. Discuss. Discuss.
Discuss.
One more time. Discuss. So which one?
First.
Second one.
Second one. Let's try it again. First one would be Siva.
Discuss.
Discuss. Discuss. Second one.
Discuss.
Discuss. So which one is it? Second one. Discuss. Yes? Okay, now we know. Now let's look at this one. We know that it's got 1, 2, 3 syllables. Yes? 3 parts of it, 3 syllables. Now do we say understand? Do we say understand? Or do we say understand? Now let's try saying the word. Understand. Understand. So is it understand, understand, or understand?
The second one. Understand.
Understand? Do you understand? Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand. Understand. Right? You wouldn't say understand. You wouldn't say understand. You would say understand. So you see the stress on the third syllable. All right, let's look at this one. Education. How many syllables? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 4 syllables. Education. Can we repeat it? Education. Now, where do you see yourself making the syllables stronger and louder? Is it education? Is it education? Is it education? Is it education? Education. Very good. Well done. Education. So this is where the stress would be, right? All right. Let's try this one. Now this one's a little bit tricky. How many syllables? So you say it's come, for, table. Now if I were to say this word, comfortable. Do you feel comfortable here? Is this the right way to say this word? No. How would you say this word?
Okay, because I'm trying to say it the proper way, but not
Yes,
what I
that's
actually. So I'm gonna
reasonable,
say
right?
comfortable.
Nope.
Okay, so comfortable.
Comfortable. So even though the word is spelled this way, you don't say it that way. You don't say comfortable. You say comfortable. One more time. Can we try that? Comfortable. Yes. So you're actually joining this together. It is actually 3 syllables. Okay, so when you write it, you have to write it this way. You have to spell it out this way. But when you say, don't say comfortable. Okay, that means you're coming for the table. So it's a totally different thing. So try comfortable. All right, let's try this one. How do I say this word? Imagination. How many syllables? Imagination. 5. Very good. I would say intonation. Now let's just look at this word. Restaurant. Where's the stress? Do we say restaurant or restaurant? How many of you say the first? The first one? Yes. Good. So this would be the stress. Restaurant. Okay? If I were to put it here, what would it sound like? Restaurant. That's right. She's wrong. All right. Well done. Give yourselves a clap. You know how to recognize syllables. You know where the stress goes, and you know how to say tuition, not tuition. All right. Now, when we have trouble speaking or we're thinking about what we want to say, we usually have fillers, right? How many of us do this? No. This thing, that thing, you know that place with that thing that we went to that time? Now, is that clear communication? No, because you're not providing any information. Okay, but how often have we heard this? That one, that one, that one. Which one? That one. So these are all fillers and hesitations. And this does not help with communication. These are barriers to communication. But we often do it because we're thinking. And we assume that we have to make a sound in order to keep them waiting. You want their attention. So you go, let me think, before you get the word, right? But you don't need to do that. The best thing to do is to stay silent, smile, or say, let me think about that. Give me a minute. Okay? So these are ways to overcome fillers and hesitations. Now, the next time you see yourself doing it, especially on the phone, oh, tomorrow. Don't do that. All right? Now let's look at this. Common phrases and questions that we use. Can we try it together? How you doing? One more time. This one is not how are, but it's contracted. You see, it is how are. How are you? How are you? Yes. How's it going? How's it going? Very good. Do you like it? I don't think so. Not for me, thanks. No thanks. Now, for instance, okay, how many of you watch Friends? How many of you have watched the sitcom Friends? Okay. All right, there is a particular character in this sitcom, okay, and he likes to use this phrase. Do you know how he says it? Come on, Atira, give it to me. Tell me how he says it. Joey, how does Joey say this?
I said the again. Let me think. I think it's how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, how you
right?
doing?
Yes. Now, if you go up to someone and you say, how you doing? That's not polite. It actually can feel a little bit threatening, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a guy going up to a girl and going and saying, how you doing? They're going to think, excuse me, back off. Yes, you're harassing me. So there's a way to say this. How do we say this? What's the correct way? Go ahead, Siva.
How you doing?
Very good. How you doing? How you doing? So the intonation would be to bring this down. How you doing? Okay? So the stress would be on the this word, on the doing part, but you bring it down. How you doing? Okay? Not how you doing. Not how you doing. So there is a way to say these phrases or ask these questions using the right intonation. Now let's look at the next one. How do we say this? Yeah, but which word would be stronger? How are you or how are you? How are you? Very good. How are you? How are you? Okay, so this would it go up or down? How are showing concern, right? How are you? Okay? It can go up in a different context, no doubt. Different context. Hey, how are you? But that one, your whole pitch is already up because you're excited. Okay? Third one. How's it going? How's it going? Where would the word be stronger? Which word would be stronger?
Going.
Going. Very good. Can we try saying this? How's it going? Now look at it properly. The S is with the house. Now this is a contraction, which is how is. Okay, so when you contract how is, you get house. This is called a contraction. The same way, this one, how are. When you contract it, you get how. Okay? Now we use contractions in informal language. We don't use this when you're writing a formal letter. You don't use this in a formal meeting. You talk this way with people you are sociable with, people you know well. Alright? This is informal language. Can we go for this one?
Do you like it?
Very good. Where did you go? Did you go up or down in the end? Up. Do you like it? You know why? Because you don't know. You are asking. In your question, you are already showing that you're asking the person whether they like it or not. The it part is what is showing them that you're looking for acceptance. Do you see that? Do you like it? It's like when someone cooks you a meal and you're hovering around them going, do you like it? Is it good? So you see when it goes up, you're actually showing, is there acceptance? Yeah. So, do you like it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Hey, Atira, come bungee jumping with me tomorrow.
Okay.
Sure. Oh dear. Okay. Wrong person to ask. Okay, Gladys, I'm going diving tomorrow. Would you like to come with me?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. TD. Let's go. Yeah, I have to think about this one. I have to think about this one.
Singing.
Ah.
Why
How
not?
about a karaoke night tomorrow?
Why not?
Okay. Siva, would you help me for a beach cleanup activity tomorrow?
Sure.
Really? Really? It's Monday tomorrow.
I don't think so.
But I know you would. I think you might be the type of person who would help. Thank you. But yeah, I don't think so. So these are ways you can actually tell someone, no, it's not possible, right? I don't think so. You don't go, I don't think so. No. You hear that in movies, but the tone has to be right. I don't think so. Where does it go down? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not for me, thanks. Not for me, thanks. Now there's a part that goes up and there's a part that goes down. Which part goes up first?
Not
Not for me.
for me.
Not for me, thanks.
Me.
Not for me, thanks. Okay? No, thank you. No, thank you.
You and you.
Yeah, you're going down. Yeah. No, thank you. Alright, so this is how you would speak using intonation, the right intonation. Okay, got it? Jessica's thinking of what's up. Alright, moving on. Alright, managing anxiety and stress in a social setting. Now, we've all been nervous or anxious in a social setting, right? So these are a few tips for how to manage our anxiety levels and our nervousness when we are in a social setting, alright? So be around people you know well, okay? Try to be around people you're familiar with. do it like you're doing some exercise video in front of everybody else. Do it discreetly, but be aware that that's what you're doing. You're focusing on your breath, your breathing. Now, what is a focal point? Can anyone tell me what a focal point is? A focal point, correct, is a point, yes, a point
Redirect and oh.
that you can focus on, yes. So usually when you feel nervous or anxious, your eyes tend to look around, right? You tend to dart around because you don't know where to look. Okay, so that tends to happen when you're anxious. You're feeling anxiety, you're feeling nervous, that tends to happen. So find a focal point in the room. Don't look for something that is a moving target. Don't look for a pendulum that is moving and then you look at that and you that's not going to help your anxiety or nervousness. Pick something that is steady, something that is not moving. Okay, a structure, an object that's not moving. Breathe. Take a couple of deep breaths gently, and you will see that your anxiety and your nervousness starts to come down a little bit. It may not disappear straight away, but you can actually feel your body tend to relax. Okay, so choose a spot, maybe a chair, a painting, a cup, something that's a focal point. Next, discuss topics that are easy and familiar to you. If you don't know politics, don't discuss it. Okay? Don't try and give your 2 cents worth. Oh, I heard this somewhere before, I'm going to put in my facts. That's not factual. Those are not facts because they may not be current. You heard it 6 weeks ago. The current politics are ever changing, right? So don't discuss topics that you aren't familiar with. Talk about things that you know. Don't avoid overthinking your response. Now, how many of you do this? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what to say, what to say? She's gonna think I don't know. She's gonna think I'm crazy. She's gonna think I'm bad at English. Right? So these are many worries that go through our minds when we overthink. Most of the time, they're not worried about that. The people you're speaking to are not worried about what you're thinking. You're the one worrying about it. Avoid being too critical of yourself. Oh, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad. How many of you say this inside? I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad. Yeah, I can see. A couple of you do this. Avoid being too critical of yourself. Don't put yourself down. We're all learning together every day, different things, and that's how it's supposed to be. Right? Okay, don't overshare personal information. What this means is, okay, what kinds of personal information should you not tell someone on the first day you meet them?
Like health issues.
Health issues, good. What else?
Income.
Income, very good. Anything else? Family problems, family, things that are going on in your family. And of course, any relationship problems. Okay, whether it's with your siblings, your colleagues, your partners, your spouses, whatever. Avoid oversharing. Okay? Hold a small, safe object. Now, I actually do this when I do public speaking. Okay, I don't know if you've watched this movie, Made in Manhattan. Okay, it was Jennifer Lopez. She was the maid in a hotel, and then she fell in love with the president or something like that. Now, he thought the little boy in that movie a very good, useful tip about public speaking, how to overcome nervousness. He said, take a paper clip and put it in your hand, hold it, and imagine just removing all that anxiety and nervousness into that paper clip. Now, I am a bit accident prone, so I prefer not to hold sharp objects in my hand. So I would rather hold something safe. Okay, something safe in your hand. That's it. No one can see this. Don't hold it behind your back. Don't shove your hand in your pocket. Just hold it and talk. You see, it's not much of a difference, right? I'm holding it in my hand, but I'm able to put all that nervous energy it gives you comfort, especially when you're about to do public speaking or you're going to meet people you're not familiar with. That might help. Alright? Non-verbal communication. Here we go, non-verbal communication, body language, appearance. Now, when you meet someone for the first time, how do you usually dress? What do you think you should wear? A bikini? Swim trunks?
Dress smart.
Okay? Dress smart. Should a man put on a suit? He's going for coffee to Starbucks. Should he wear a suit and a bow tie?
Casual.
Casual. Correct, smart, casual. So dress appropriately for the occasion. Don't walk in there looking shabby, dirty. Okay? Body language. Be respectful when you sit. Okay? Don't sit with your legs far apart. Don't take too much space up, to show that you need that much space. Gestures in personal space. Now, when we all speak, we gesture with our hands, right? This is common amongst human beings, no matter what language you speak in. But have you seen some people who do this? And then point and how do you feel when you see that? How does that make you feel? If I were to do that to you, if I come close to you, uncomfortable, yes. And sometimes threatened. Like, oh my god, is he or she gonna hit me accidentally, right? So don't do that. Keep your gestures close to your body space. Don't invade the other person's space. Right? Develop active listening skills. Now what are active listening skills? There's two.
Good listeners.
Very good. Now to be a good listener, there are two things you need to do. Listen to hear. Listen for detail. What is the difference? What is the difference? Sounds the same, right?
Listen to hear, probably not paying so much attention.
Good. You're not paying too much attention.
But you act like you listen.
Yes, you're acting like you're listening, and you kind of know what the story is about. Kind of. Oh, is this friend problem, work problem, boss problem, family problem, anything like that. You're just listening to hear the gist of the story. It's like reading a magazine article, but not really reading every single word. You're kind of reading the headlines. You kind of know what the story is about. That's what listening to hear is. Now listen for detail. This is when you are paying close attention. Okay? You're giving that person your undivided attention because you want to listen for information. Now why do we want to listen for information?
Respond.
Because you want to respond. Okay, very good. So, two ways to hear. Leave a lasting impression. Now, leaving a lasting impression, this is a phrase. What does it mean? When you leave a lasting impression, does it mean you take a chalk and put on the person's face and say, I've been here? No? What does it mean? Leave a lasting impression. When you leave, you want people to remember you, right? You want them to remember they just met you.
Yeah, so when they leave, they'll remember you in that way, like anytime they think about you.
Correct. That last part, that last bit before you leave, that's kind of how they're going to remember that conversation or that moment of meeting you or that time that they spent with you. Now, what's a good way to leave a good lasting impression, Cameron?
I mean, I guess, okay, like example, if you listen to somebody's problems, you might say, like, I hope things get better for you, or keep your head up, or something like that. Something positive that they'll remember. Another thing, like, oh, that person that I talked to has such positive energy, so anytime they think about you, they think about you in that light.
Very good. Thank you. Give them a clap. Well done. Thank you so much. Now, when you leave a lasting impression and you make the person feel positive, they will remember that positive energy even after you've left. Okay? A smile, words of encouragement, words of motivation, words of confidence, these words will leave a lasting impression. Now, if you are going to yell bad expressions are important. Even if you're disappointed, don't stand there, you know. Especially if maybe your boss has given you some negative feedback. Don't do that, because that is again showing your boss that you don't know how to handle feedback. You know? So take care of your expressions. Now if somebody, okay, I'm going to just say this. If somebody is in a social situation, okay, and this happened to me, true story. Someone looked decent. He was with a girl, so guy and girl having dinner near me. And the girl went to the washroom, and the guy was sitting there, and then he coughed, and then another sound came out from somewhere else. Two sounds came from him at the same time. Okay? So yes, I didn't say where, but I'm sure you guys know that. So now two sounds came. I didn't go. I didn't do that. Why? If I'd done that, do you think he'd feel good?
No.
No. Okay? So that's just not nice. It was just something that happened to his body. It's natural. It wasn't nice to put on a face, right? Now in another situation, people were celebrating a birthday. Okay? Children were running around. And someone in my group was really pissed off by the noise that all these children were making. And you could see it on that person's face. They were just completely irritated, disgusted. So facial expressions count. Now that would make the family then know that, okay, keep the kids down. But in that way, that was a good thing, right? Because it gave the family or the parents of those children enough knowledge to know, enough information to know that it was upsetting the people around them. So facial expressions matter. What not to do? There's so many. I just want you to take a minute, think about people you have met, obnoxious people who have done ridiculous things in social situations which you yourself know should not be done. Okay? I'm going to start off. Someone who speaks too loudly. Too loudly. You're sitting face to face, but this person needs the entire restaurant to hear what he's saying. Too loud. Okay, that was my first one. Now, I want you to think about something you've seen or heard or you know shouldn't be done. It's a taboo. A taboo means it is
Not
Forbidden.
forbidden. Very good. Taboo means forbidden. I'm sorry, I should have told you this before. So taboo means forbidden. No, big no. Absolutely not. So for instance, a taboo during Chinese New Year, don't wear black clothes, right? Yeah, don't wear black clothes, don't wash your hair on the first day, something like that. Those are taboos you're not supposed to do, but that's for the culture. Now, how about social taboos? Siva, something you've seen or you know shouldn't be done? Okay, if you go to a restaurant, can you take off your shoes?
No.
Why not?
Because nobody take off their shoes.
It's a taboo because maybe your feet might smell,
Yeah.
it could be for hygiene purposes, you're around food, there are other paying customers there as well, so you're being respectful. Any other taboos?
Yeah, like if somebody is telling you about a problem, you go like this, like that, like roll your eyes. Yeah,
Showing your discomfort or your disgust
yeah. Like,
so openly that, how would that person feel when they're actually earnestly telling you something?
that their issue is not taken serious.
Correct. They're gonna feel like they're not being taken seriously and that you're not giving them your care or comfort, right? Okay, being disrespectful. So don't roll your eyes. Even if you don't like the subject, keep it to yourself. Anything else?
When
TV?
someone speaks.
Don't talk
they have lots of saliva in their mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes they're not aware that they tend to
Yeah, they're not aware.
spit when they speak. All right. So you can, if it's a close friend of yours, actually do try to tell them. They just might not be aware of it, but maintain that space, right?
Sneeze.
Yes, yes. When you cough and you sneeze, how should you do it? Cover your nose and your mouth, or turn away. Or this is another thing. You can use your arm. Okay? Use your arm, this part of your arm. Cover your nose and your mouth. It would be better if you did this and turn away. Alright? But don't cough and sneeze in front of people, in front of their food. It's just rude. Any other taboos?
Yeah, the noises making when you're chewing things. Chap, 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 chap. The whole restaurant when you're chewing things. There was.
So that's so frustrating, right? How did
There's like. Cannot, never cannot.
So people chewing loudly, it's annoying, it's frustrating, it's disrespectful. Yes? Anything else?
Using toothpick.
Oh, using the toothpick. Now, in Asian cultures, this is actually normal. In some restaurants, it's normal, but of course, there's a proper way to do it. Have a napkin with you. Don't do it when everyone's still eating. You can do it in the bathroom. You can turn away from the table. Use the napkin to cover and then do that. But of course, please excuse yourself. Don't put that napkin on that table. Do not put the napkin on the table. It's disgusting. It's unhygienic. And please excuse yourself. Go wash your hands. That's possible. But to sit there picking your teeth, flicking
In front of people.
stuff, yeah, in front of everybody when there's still food at the table, that's an absolute taboo. we get?
Doesn't.
Doesn't. Okay, good. So, can I get Zif? Can you read this out for me, please?
I don't enjoy. You don't enjoy. We don't enjoy. They don't enjoy.
He or she.
Doesn't enjoy.
Very good. So, can you see that there's one that's a bit different here? So, with he and she, we don't use don't. We use doesn't. Okay? So, we're talking about something this person does not like. Okay? Nouns. Alright, there are nouns all around us. Okay? So we use nouns to talk about people, place, objects, and ideas. So just take a look. I would like to ask you, are these all familiar? Are these nouns familiar to you? Yes? Okay. Are they common? Okay, good. So when we refer to a person using a noun, we're not describing their personality. This is usually what they do for a living, their work, okay, their jobs, their occupation. So teacher, doctor, engineer, whatever. Place. Where are we going to meet? Let's meet at the park. Let's meet at the mall. These are nouns. Objects, ideas. Now, these are ideas. They're considered nouns because it's happiness. Not happy, but happiness. Happy is different. It's a feeling, right? Happy is a feeling. It's an adjective. Now, common verbs. Verbs are action words. Words that show action. So, eat, drink, play, walk, run, climb, apologize. Apologize means to say you're sorry. To accept, to communicate, consider, attract, avoid. So have a look. Are these common words to you? Yeah? So these are verbs, action words. Now, someone asked me this. How come believe is an action word? I'm not doing anything. When you believe, don't you think it's an action? It is. It's internal, but you're still doing something. The action is just not physical. Okay? It's still a verb. Alright. Now, gerunds. When you say playing, writing, fishing, cooking, that's gerunds. Those are gerunds. You're just using the verb and you're adding the ing. Okay? So, play plus ing, you get playing. I enjoy playing the guitar. Alright? Siva, could I get you to read the rest of it, please?
I enjoy playing the guitar. I like cooking Italian food. I enjoy listening to pop music. I enjoy visiting friends on weekends. She likes eating spicy food. He likes going for walks in the evening.
Okay, very good. Now, I want you all to think about something that you like doing. So, I like or I enjoy, verb plus ing. Just think about it yourself. So, I'm going to give you an example on the board. I like painting pictures. Simple, right? So, I've got the I've got the like. Paint is the verb. Plus ing, I've got my gerund, right? And pictures, noun. Okay, so this is how you would form the sentence. Simple sentence. But now you understand the parts of it. Now think of something that you like doing or you enjoy doing. Zif,
I enjoy swimming.
swimming, good. Cameron,
I enjoy eating.
good. Eating what?
I guess lamb.
Okay. Atira,
I enjoy painting,
you enjoy painting, painting pictures, painting
painting,
objects.
painting pictures. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Gladys?
I enjoy
You like listening to music. Okay. He said something very interesting just now. He said, I like to listen to music. Now, this is not wrong, but when you're talking about something that you do, something that you enjoy, you will use the gerund, not to listen. This is verb to be. You would use the verb plus ing. So, I like listening to music. See the difference? Alright, cool. Okay, common adjectives. So adjectives are words that are used to describe people, places, things, and feelings. Alright? I'm going to ask you to look at it. Now, which adjective would you use to describe a meal? Food. Which adjective would you use to describe food? Tasty, good. Delicious. Spicy, yes. Bland.
Juicy.
Wait, TD, you said bland. Can you tell me what bland means?
Tasteless.
Tasteless. Do you all know that? Bland means tasteless. That means it's not spicy, it's not salty, it's not sweet, it just has no taste. Have you tasted tissue paper before? I'm sure you all have. We all did this as children. We did. Don't know why, but we did. So there's no taste to it. That's what bland is. So when you say that certain type of food you're eating is bland, it has no taste. Thank you. Okay. Anything else? Sour. Yes. Now, if it's a negative feedback, negative thing about the food, you don't like it, what would you say?
Awful.
Awful, tasteless, horrible, right? Yes. Okay. How would you, which adjective would you use to describe a person? Kind, intelligent, beautiful, friendly. Yes. Greedy. Yes. So see, there's positive and negative adjectives, right? Selfish. Yes. Generous. Yes. Noisy. A noisy person. Yes. Okay. Yes. Gorgeous. Very good. How about a place?
Magnificent.
Peaceful, crowded. Very good. Anything else? Great. That was amazing. It was spacious. Yes, the room was spacious. I just went to see a new house. The rooms were very spacious. Cozy. Yes, cozy usually means that the space is a bit small, but it's comfortable. Okay? Now I wanted to ask you, what is this word? Savory. Have you all heard this word before? What does it mean? Correct. So if someone tells you, oh, I don't really like sweet stuff, I enjoy savory snacks better. So savory means they like something that is a bit more on the salty side. They don't enjoy the sweet stuff. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure you knew that word. And now we go to this, adverbs of frequency. Okay, bear with me here. We use this every day, on a daily basis. So when do we use it? Always is for something you do 100%. I always have coffee in the morning. I do. I always brush my teeth in the morning. 100% of the time. I usually. Okay, something you do 90% of the time. Sometimes you miss. Okay? Often or frequently. never. Never, never do. Okay, something you would never do. So these things you know about yourself. Now these are questions using adverbs of frequency. Alright, Athira, could you read the first one out loud for me, please?
How often do you travel abroad?
Okay, how often do you travel abroad? What does abroad mean?
Overseas country?
Overseas, so going to another country. So that's what abroad is. And I've used the word, the adverb of frequency often here. Right? Cameron, can I get you to read this one?
What sort of music do you usually listen to?
What sort of music do you usually listen to? Good. Siva,
What kind of food do you like rarely eat?
do you rarely eat? Rarely eat. So something that you don't eat it often. You don't actually like it, possibly, or it's not around where you are. Okay? Or it's not available to you. Right? Gladys?
What do you often sometimes eat for breakfast?
So here with the often and the sometimes you can use either often or sometimes. Can you try that one more time? Choose either often or sometimes.
What do you often eat for breakfast?
Okay? What do you often eat for breakfast? Or what do you sometimes eat for breakfast? Okay? Zif,
What do you always do on the weekend?
what do you always do on the weekend? So what kind of activity do you do on the weekend? Right? Saturday and Sunday, that's called the weekend. Jessica, what do you
What
seldom
do you seldom
do
during the week?
Yes. So seldom do. So maybe I seldom go to parties. I seldom party during the week, or I seldom go to the gym during the week. I don't know, something that you don't really do. And the last one, Titi,
Do you usually cook or eat out?
do you usually cook or eat out? So this means do you cook at home and have your meal at home, or do you go outside to a restaurant, cafe, whatever. So we've got a small activity and then I'll give you guys a break, okay? Alright, so what I want you to do is you can get up or you can stay seated, up to you. I prefer if you walked around. Go around the room, meet other participants, meet at least 2 people. You've got to talk to at least 2 people. Greet them, introduce yourself, find out about their hobbies and their routines. So a routine is something that they do on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. Okay? Ask and answer questions using the adverbs of frequency. Always, often, seldom, never. Respond, return to your seat, and share your ideas. Okay? Let's go. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm Cameron. gardening too.
Other than that, I think I enjoyed
Oh,
that.
you love gardening.
How about you?
How often do you garden?
Yeah,
You
gardening.
know,
Oh, yes, which is about how many times a week?
Maybe 1 week, 2 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
Plants
That's
when
good.
they come out, it's coming out.
Okay,
What
okay.
have you been
Um,
doing?
do you grow your own vegetables?
Doesn't matter.
Do I do? I have legislator, chilies, curry leaves. That's nice, good for curry.
Yes, the great
Yo,
yes.
the one called like
Oh,
you.
yeah. Yes, my grandmother, she does the same things too. Where have you, how often do you travel?
India.
Very seldom when I have the time. I think the
Yeah.
last I traveled was to
Okay, nice. I only went to Thailand once and that's it.
Australia.
Yeah, that's it. I never been to any other country.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the US, very seldom, you know, very seldom. I think the last time,
So, Greece.
Oh, wait, but
Um,
in the,
Malaysia, yes.
Okay,
how
you go
was
around
that?
a lot.
The last one went to
Okay.
Penang.
So you go a lot in Malaysia. Okay, that's good, that's good.
What
Yes,
do
cheaper.
I always do?
Always.
What I always do?
What do you usually do from day to day?
Go back home and,
For tomorrow to go.
Yeah.
what I always do is that,
Take care of us, you
It's nice to meet you.
Oh, you're a small dog. Okay, what kind of dog?
what about you? What are you doing? Oh, sorry, I didn't ask you that.
It's a,
Mini schnauzer.
oh, mini schnauzer. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't have dogs, but
So you like,
I used to have
you
dogs, but they all,
enjoy
you know,
resting
got
time,
old
right?
past
Which
away.
one? You are from Jersey and
I'm from New York.
I like that.
Yes, Statue of Liberty.
I mean, I don't go
I'm
out
from New York.
often.
But I don't live there anymore. I just moved to Florida, which is you know, like